With 121 cards to choose from, the One Piece card game first set is sure to have a lot to offer. And regardless of which card you want to play, or even how you want to play, there's bound to be some card that you will need to own for your own collection. Hello everyone and welcome to Anything Geek. My name is Zero and I surely cannot help when seeing good art. And boy, does the One Piece card game provide. With the game being just around the corner and with so many opening coming to this channel, remember to subscribe, like and comment this video. Also, ring the bell to get notified when I get live opening those products. It is a perfect time to establish which card I will be chasing when opening boosters and why. If you're a player, your first instinct will be to chase meta cards to get a strong deck in the game. However, you might have noticed something about this channel. It runs on passion. There are a lot of things involved into making YouTube content, but it is primarily passion. So personally, my chases won't really be on the meta side of things, and I will make sure to give you an unnecessarily long comment on the reasoning behind my choices, so you can silently judge me behind your screen. Before we begin though, and in order to be fair with the card list, I will not include any of the alternate art. Those are unfair competition in this contest since all of them looks really sick, especially Manga Shanks. And I'm also go in order of the sets, so starting with red and ending with purple. But let's not waste any more time. What are my chases? Well, starting from the bottom here, we soon stumble upon my first chase, which is the Trafalgar Law Dual Color Leader. And no, for those of you laughing in the back, I am not a Trafalgar Law simp, although I might add he is somewhat of a cool hat character, but rather the reason why I like this card is because his abilities is a callback to his skills in the manga and anime, allowing you to swap cards on the board with cards in your hands, which shows how considerate they were while creating those cards. The second card of my chases will be Otama, and yes, this is solely based on the artwork and the fact that her story in the manga is quite touching in many ways. And we'll make it double with the next card for the same reason, which is gonna be Carrot. And I know what you'll be thinking, and no, I am not a Fury. But I will instantly follow this up, not finishing my previous sentences for various reasons, with a huge leap forward to the next card in my personal hit list, which is going to be the SR Zoro card. Zoro is a cool character, and this card being a 3-drop 500 power rush card actually shows how much he always has been one of the main powerhouses of the Straw Hat crew. Moving on from Zoro though, we are now at red even cards, with the next one being Radical Beam! And yes, I like this card just for that reason. Well, okay, not just for that reason, it's also very useful game-wise, but I never get tired of the Frankie style. And of course, it is impossible for me not to like the next red card, because it is actually another event in 2 years at Chambandi Archipelago. And a very strong moment in the story, which also translates really well with the capacity of the cards that is designed to allow you to fetch in your deck Straw Hat crew members and add them to your hand. Love the reference to the story. And we are gonna cheat a bit and jump straight up to the first secret rare, which is Shanks, because even if it is at the end of the set, it is still a red card, so I'm including it in red if that makes sense. This card will be a chase because of the quality of the cards. The art for that one is very good still, and it shows how Shank is still a badass in any occasion. But it also shows how they can produce magnificent foes for the cards in this game. And before you say anything, yes, I own the Japanese version of the cards, which I pulled from a booster box I ordered way back in August. And for that reason, I know how cool it will be when I will finally pull that card from an English booster box when the games finally launch. But enough of red, let's skip to the greens with the next card, which will make us do again a huge leap forward in the set with the green SL Trafalgar Law. And don't be mistaken, this is for the same reason as the leader, with the same type of power where you can swipe things around on the board. I really love this. They really nailed some abilities, translating them from the anime and the source material to the game. It's really cool to see, and I really love it. Next green card will be Eustace Kid, which is the other SR in the set for greens. And while I'm not particularly a huge fan of this character, I do like the effect that this card has game wise. So for once, this won't be about art or relevance to the source material, but indeed meta wise. This card, for one done attached to it, if you've made an attack with him during this turn, he will prevent your opponent from attacking any other cards other than Eustace Kid. Not only that, but you can also use his main effect during your turn to bring out on the board any cards you have in your hand with a cost of 3 or less, which to me kinda seems like a must-have for any green deck. But sadly enough, we're already closing the green chapter of my chases in the OP01 booster box with the next card, which is Yamato, solely based on the fact that this card is supposed to be treated as Kozuki Oden, which is hilarious to me given how Yamato really wants to be Odin. Sadly, yes, there are indeed not that many cards that I like in green color, but blue, on the other hand, has some interesting hits. So let's start with Gecko Moria. Uh, First of all, the art is cool. There's always been something with purple aura that always makes me appreciate the design. Um, but also his effect really seems interesting to play. If you have 5 cards in your hand, Moria will gain double attack. It's a very nice effect to have on such a low cost card, and it really helps improving the offense of blue decks, which right now is just more of a control deck with not many power capacity to it, other than the Pacifistas and the Sentomaru. The next blue cards in my chase will be a triple shot aiming at 3 specific cards in sequence in blue, which are Perona, Hancock, and Miss All Sunday, which is just a weird way of saying Nico Robin, if you ask me. But I digress. Perona will be a chase solely based on the art, with the color scheme really popping out of the cards, almost like candy. This color scheme is really appealing to the child in me. Okay, that's gross. Elsa Hancock is also for the art because I find this really cute. I mean, the blush on female character is always very cute, and if you've seen my dress up darling, you know what I'm talking about. And I, for one, am a huge fan of Robin, and that art style is really nice. And this is the nicest Robin cards we have so far, purely based on the art. It's a beautiful card. Also, 3 waifus for the price of 1. Tell me you wouldn't like that. Wandering not far off though, but still away from the waifu territory, we have Mocha. And I didn't really like Punk Hazard that much, but Mocha was one of the good characters to get out of this arc. The art seals the deal by depicting one of the most gripping moments in Punk Hazards, which you can identify through the shadows in the background of the cards. But the real blue MVP card, for me, the one to top them all off, will be none other than Mr. 2 Bon Clay-sama, aka Bantam. Now, I know Luffy has a pretty bad record when it comes to make friends in weird places, but damn it, that friendship had no right hurting that much. Let's not dwell on it though, because purple is now upon us, and we start strong with Kyoshiro, which has a very strong Sekiro vibe to me, with the moon in the background and the red accents on his cape and his chest, not to mention the bittersweet sadness expression on his face. Really cool heart. And speaking of cool, things. Let's turn up the heat with Kaido's favorite light bulb, the SR King. King himself is already an interesting character, what's with the lost species things he has going on, but the illustrator really nailed his flames and wings on this art. It really brings out the character and how dangerous he can be. Really love it. And another character who kinda nails things around is her next card, Itokiri Kamazo, otherwise known as Killer. And I like this card because the character has actually grown on me during the Wano arc, especially due to the twist regarding his newfound condition in the anime and manga, which pairs well with the next card in my hit list being the artificial devil fruit Smile. No reason really for this one other than how it was such an important plot device story-wise, all the way from Punk Hazard through Wano. Also, it's a manga panel, and manga panel are really kinda cool. But One Piece is a shonen, and shonen have cool fight scene, like the scene in our next and last card, which is Ulti Mortar. This scene has Luffy going literally head to head with Ulti from the Kaido's pirates, deflecting the damage by covering his forehead in a haki. To me, there's just something about the symmetricality of these arts, with the lightning splitting their heads right apart from each other, and it really shows that they're not here to play around. Now that we're done with my list, what would your list look like? Which card do you wish to pull from the One Piece OP01 booster set? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you're still here, well, first of all, thank you very much for watching. If this video was at the very least entertaining to you, please leave a like. It really helps a lot. But most importantly, subscribe to my channel to never miss anything geek.